Today, let's talk about what makes a good cathode material for lithium ion batteries to make a battery work efficiently and last a long time. The cathode, which is the positive electrode, has to meet several important requirements. So, let's go through them one by one. To achieve excellent electrochemical performance in lithium ion batteries, several key requirements must be satisfied by the cathode material. Number one is that lithium ion source. It must contain lithium ions, and the cathode should already have lithium inside it. This lithium act as the source of lithium ions that move between the cathode and anode during charging and discharging. So, some of these lithium ions are also used up to form a thin protective layer that is called as solid electrolyte interface on the anode surface. Um, so this graph is showing that the potential and specific capacity of the different cathode materials. First one is lithium iron phosphate, LCO, NCM, nickel rich cathode. These all are cathode, and this graph showing the potential versus specific capacity of these cathodes, which is showing that LFP has lower voltage or specific capacity as compared to the LCO having higher voltage or specific capacity. Now let's dive towards the second point, that is, it should have a high electrode potential. Um, the higher the electrode potential, if let's see towards this graph, the higher the electrode potential, the higher the voltage of the lithium ion batteries. Whole battery voltage will be high. In some simple term, this help to produce more electrical energy. So that is why it should have high electrode potential, so battery will produce more electrical energy. And now next move towards the third one, that is called as stable electrode potential. The potential should be stable during cycling. A stable voltage means that the battery gives a steady power output and performs a reliability over a time or reliable cycling over the time. So that is the third point. And the graph here shows that potential versus theoretical capacity. And as we move from down to the top, it shows that these cathode have high voltage or have high theoretical capacity as compared to the lower or bottom ones. Now next move towards the 4 point, that is called as high capacity and energy density. What does it means that capacity? Basically, capacity means how much charge the material can store. Uh, and energy density means that how much energy it can deliver for its weight. So so higher values means the battery can run longer before needing a recharge. Here is the graph which shows that which is between energy density or energy density, or it is showing that lead acid batteries have smaller size larger size and have lower energy density, while moving towards upward or towards the top, lithium ion batteries they have more energy density but have smaller size. So next move towards the fifth one, that is called as good rate capability. it should allow lithium ions to move easily. The faster the lithium ion move easily, the faster the lithium ion move through the material, the better the rate performance or rate capability. So it means that a battery can charge or discharge quickly without losing too much efficiency. Also, the interference between between the electrode and electrolyte should stay stable during this process. Next, we will move towards the sixth point, that is called as excellent structural stability. What does it means that excellent structural stability? It means that it should have a strong and stable structure. So during cycling, lithium ion moves in and out of the cathode, and in and out of the cathode. If the structure changes too much, the material can degrade and the battery capacity will fade. So as we have a structure stability, it means that it has a longer cycle life. So here if we see these are different cathode materials. Lead, LCO is lead, and LMO has spinel structure, while LFP has a olivine structure. So if it should not have a strong and stable structure, so it will degrade over the time if cycling or mm, if charging or discharging will occurs. So next move towards the seventh point, that is called as high electronic and ionic conductivity. The cathode should have high electronic and ionic conductivity. It means that it ensures the current flow easily, and and energy loss is minimized through this process. So next move towards the eighth point, that is the final point, that is called as cost effectiveness and environmental friendliness. So it should be affordable and environmentally friendly, and for larger scale batteries, the material should be low cost, easy to obtain, and safe for the environment. So if I do its all summary, so it would be like that: a perfect cathode material should have high energy, high power, long life, and low cost. But it's very hard for one material to achieve all of these features at the same time. So that is why researchers keep exploring new materials to find the best balance among these properties. And so the it's